Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. It is Monday, July 14th. Can you believe this month is half over already? Hard to believe. Hopefully you had a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. Let's see, I had a Stampin' Up event in Appleton that I attended with my sister. So we had a little bit of girls getaway time and hung out with, I don't know, there were like 100 or 150 Stampin' Up demonstrators at this event. And it was wonderful. Tina and I both got together, did a presentation, so that was fun. But the best part was just hanging out with everybody. I still say that's my favorite part of all of it. I love stamping, I love creating, but I love hanging out with all of our Stampin' Up friends. Hi, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to get it up on my computer here so that I can be watching for your comments and who all's here. Hi, Judith. Okay, there's that part. Then let's get this while everybody's jumping on. Hi, Mary Ellen. Are you getting ready for your cruise? That's coming up pretty soon. I think, and I know Tina sent out the boxes. My sister does. Tina and I together do retreats and events for demonstrators, retreats for everybody, customers and demonstrators. But Tina does a yearly cruise, and I think in 2 weeks, they're going on an Alaskan cruise. And I know a few of you are attending that. And she sent her boxes out, and I know everybody's starting to get them. So that's fun and exciting for all of you. We are getting ready for Summer Splash this Saturday. There's about 18 people altogether joining, either in person or kits in the mail. So that's fabulous. I'm still working my way through things, running a little behind, but we are getting there, and I will be all ready for that. Let's see, what else is coming up? I'm getting closer to my retirement from my day job so that I can do stamping all the time. So you guys may see me popping on in August. At some other times, I will still do Monday nights, but I may pop on like a lunchtime or something that way. Okay, let's see what is going on. Likes, comments, shares. You guys are doing such a great job. We're getting new people, and I'm trying to welcome those new people to our Stamp with Peggy VIP group. So thank you for doing that. I so appreciate it. And I have 3 prizes to give away this week. I am doing a quarter package of the Beautiful Gallery Designer Series paper. This is gorgeous paper. To be honest, the only thing that you need to do is add stamps. Look at this. Add a little greeting on here, mount it onto a card base. Gorgeous, right? And then look at the back side. You've just got some really pretty. Remember our July card sketch challenge? This would be fabulous for that too, right? Okay, look at the gorgeous flowers. What a beautiful wedding card that would be. Just a fun map. How about for a realtor in a new house? Welcome. So cool. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Another gorgeous scenery. Beautiful for masculine card. Isn't it just so pretty? And it just takes absolutely nothing for you to make a beautiful card. Look at that. There's another beautiful scenery. I love this damask. There's a embossing folder to go with that one. Here's this one. Okay, that's a pretty Christmas card even. I mean, it's not snow, but just with the color scheme, it's so pretty. Okay, there's another beautiful flower. I love this one too. The color scheme of it is so pretty. Another beautiful scenery and some more gorgeous flowers. So this is fabulous paper. So I divided it up. I'm keeping 1 for myself, and I'm giving 3 away. So there are 12 sheets to each package. And the first lucky winner is Diane Freeman. So Diane, I will be popping this in the mail to you. The next lucky winner is Chris Pageon. So I will get this in the mail to you. If I don't, I will bring it to Coffee, Cocoa, and Cards at the end of the month. Okay, because we know I run behind a little bit on those. And the final one is Carol Busby. So Carol, I will be popping this in the mail to you. Okay, So there is this week's prizes. Again, make sure that you like, share, comment. I'm kind of watching as I post other things or other people post your cards. Don't forget your July card sketch challenge. We have a few already and they have been phenomenal. You guys are having fun with designer paper, okay? We're going to play with some more designer paper tonight. And do you remember when we talked last week about the two-tone cardstock sale? Well, the sale is over, but I'm going to show you some fun things, or a fun thing with this paper. Our card tonight, I saw this layout by a demonstrator friend of mine, Meg Loven, and it's just a fun way to show the designer paper, a unique way to be able to give like a little gift to or something. And of course, I changed colors, I changed designer paper, I changed stamp set. It's just the layout itself that I saw from Meg that was just so adorable. Okay, I'm seeing lots of fun little comments. Awesome. Okay, make sure you tell me, what did you do this weekend? Did you craft? Okay. Again, this weekend I have Summer Splash, so this week is all prep for that, and I got lots of little goodies all over the place that I keep looking at my camera, making sure nothing's in the way, right? Okay, two-tone paper. You know what? It's time to just go down and get this switched. Okay, let's get this camera down and way down low so that you can see. Once I'm retired and I can play with everything, I can figure out how to be able to zoom in, get you a little bit closer, all that fun stuff that I just have not had time to be able to do. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so we are going to use today, this is one of the new online exclusives. I talked about it last week when I showed you that. Charming Day and the Charming Day dies, okay? Love, love, love this bundle. I know we don't need any more flowers, but oh my goodness, absolutely love. And wait till you see this. And then the designer paper that coordinates with it. This is Floral Charm, okay? This is actually the piece we're going to use tonight. Look at how pretty this is. And then the back side is a little bit of Berry Burst, a little bit of Petunia Pop, kind of a combination there between the two of them. And then this one is my absolute favorite in this package, I think. Except I say that about a lot of them. Yay, Teresa, you did some crafting this weekend. Starting on Christmas cards. That's awesome. Coffee, cocoa, and cards. We are going to do some Christmas cards this month. But look at how pretty this is. It's like, oh my goodness. Wouldn't this be gorgeous for last week's or this month's card sketch challenge? Such a pretty one. Okay, then here's another one. And I just love the color schemes. How pretty would that be? Okay, let's see, what else do we have in here? Okay, here's this one with some blues and peaches and greens. And then again, another really fun one. Beautiful flowers. And again, a gorgeous, this would be so pretty as a box or a gift bag, right? You could do a gift bag with this as the front and then this as a fold down with a coordinating card. Oh, love it. All right, and I think, there's one more. Okay, so again, we have beautiful flowers and then another in the Blackberry Bliss. So cool. Okay, so we're going to get that on the floor out of the way. This one also. Okay, and so again, we're using these. And I also used the Garden Glass Embossing Folder. Okay, I used the floral one, but there's also this really cool, it kind of looks like broken glass. Makes a great background. Okay. All right. Let's turn this around so that we get a little bit more light up here. Right. Okay. So we are using the two-tone. This is Berry Burst. So look at this. You get a darker shade. You get a lighter shade. So this is a little bit like Petunia Pop. This is a little more like Berry Burst, okay? You can use it, I mean, again, like we did with last week's card sketch challenge, but you could use this just as a layer. It's a little lighter. It's a little heavier than designer paper, but a little lighter than cardstock. Okay, so it's not a fabulous base on its own. You would need another base underneath it. Okay, but what I did, oh, and I forgot one piece that I need. Okay, so I used, like I said, the Garden Glass Embossing Folder. Look at how pretty this is. It's like such gorgeous flowers. So what I did, I embossed it already. We're going to take a like nail buffer, and we're just going to, the two-tone paper is white centered. So when you tear it, you get to see the white. But if you sand over it like this, look at how pretty that is. It's making the flowers stand out by showing you the white center of the flowers. Okay, and it's super simple. I mean, pretend it's your nails. If you're frustrated with someone, you can go a little heavier. And I'm probably rocking the camera all over the place, right? Look at how cool that is, though. Don't you love it? Okay, now we're going to do it a second time because I have a smaller piece also. So again, just so pretty. You can go heavier in spots. You can go lighter in spots. Whoops. Okay. So there's our two pieces of the two-tone paper. I'll give you the measurements in a minute. Okay. So I chose this designer paper, and I wanted kind of the pecan pie. Okay, so I have a piece that is 5.5 inches by 7 3/4 inches. And it is scored at, we'll go this way, 2.5 inches and 6 3/4. Okay, or 2.5 and 1 inch from the opposite side. Okay, so then we're just going to fold it and burnish it well. And burnish it again. Okay. Kind of a weird card opening, right? Julie, it does not work on any paper. It has to be the two-tone paper because Stampin' Up's regular cardstock, it's the same color all the way through. This two-tone paper is white core, so it will work on that. Okay? So again, kind of a different opening, but this is really fun. Okay, so again, 5.5 by 7 3/4, scored at 2.5 and 6 3/4. Okay, then I have a piece of designer paper, and you can cut your piece into 6 by 6. Then I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 6. Score it at 2 inches. Now you're going to want to watch your directional paper when you do that at 2 inches, because you want it up and down this way. And then here you have the whole sheet. Okay. Now we're going to turn this into a gift card holder. So I've just got the, and I can't remember the name of this one. It's kind of an oval punch, and I believe it's still current. We're just going to put it in just a little ways. We're going to center it side to side, and we're just going to punch. That gives us our little finger hole to tuck money in there or a gift card or something. Okay, so then I'm going to use green glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit here. Hi, Emily. And a little bit here. That's going to hold that shut, but still gives me lots of room for, like I said, a gift card, or fold money in half and you could tuck that in there. You could even put like a little thing of earrings in there. Okay, now, next thing we're going to do, again, we want our flowers the right direction. This is going to lay in here, and this 1 inch edge is going to get glued onto here. Okay. So we're going to put our glue. You don't want to go too heavy so that it oozes out. And we're going to line it up top to bottom and just inside this score line. And then just fold it over. Hold it for a second to make sure that it grabs the glue. The glue is super sticky, but it does take it a minute to adhere good. Okay. Then our card opens up. Look at how cool that is. Okay. Now we're going to take the designer papers, or the two-tone papers, and we're going to put those onto the front. Look at how awesome that looks. You get the kind of flowers peeking through, and then you get flowers on there. I did make my first card with the lighter side, so I will show you the difference, because again, you could make both. All right, and I think I want it going this direction. Okay, and then we're going to adhere the other one over onto the other. This one is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then this smaller strip is 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. Okay, and I'm trying to decide. Nope, I think I want this one to go this way. Good, you guys are liking this. But yeah, isn't that cool? It pulls the colors from here. Kind of a different color combination with the Pecan Pie and the Berry Burst, right? All right, so then I took this Charming Days and I stamped this large flower onto Very Vanilla with Memento. And then I colored it. And I used Crumb Cake, light and dark. And then I used Light Petunia Pop and Dark Blackberry Bliss. So I colored the flowers, both of them, with the light petunia, and then I highlighted it with the dark Blackberry Bliss. Okay, and this is going to go right down here. We're going to use dimensionals to attach it, but look at how fun that coordinates. You can see the flowers peeking out. Okay. And yes, I'm not like most other demonstrators. I love, you know that, I love my dimensionals. I want dimensionals everywhere. I don't do just 1 or 2. Dimensionals are cheap, right? So remember, those of you coming to Summer Splash, you need some dimensionals with you. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of overlap this edge a little bit. It is not, there's no dimensional here. Okay. I kept the dimensionals on this side only. Look at how pretty that is. Okay. Then I took in the stamp set. I wanted kind of a smaller greeting. Okay. And so I used the You Made My Day. And I stamped it again on vanilla with Memento. And what we're going to do, it's going to tuck right underneath here. So it's kind of going to go like this. So that when you open the card, so I want a banner cut there. And I'm trying to see, yeah, this is about 2 1/4 by 5/8 of an inch. Okay, so I could have used the Stylish Shapes banner die, but you never know for sure what width you need. And on this with the words, I could have gone a little bit narrower, but I wanted it to be able to show up well. Okay, so we're going to do like this so that it tucks underneath this just a little bit, but we definitely want the words to be seen, right? Okay, so I'm going to use my green glue again, and I'm going to go a little heavier there. I'm really not going to put there. I don't care if it kind of sticks up a little bit. It'll be okay. All right, and so then we're just going to lay it. We're going to line it up with the edge of the Berry Burst two-tone. And then we're just going to make sure it sticks down. Okay. Isn't it gorgeous? So much fun. Okay, now we need to do the inside right here. So you have your greeting. So I started with very vanilla. I stamped in the stamp set. There is a smaller flower. And then, so the front says, "You made my day. Thanks for being you." Can you think of how many people you could send a card like that to, right? Okay, so then we're going to use the Stampin' Blends. And we're going to color the leaves. I started with light crumb cake. And remember that your Stampin' Blends, sometimes the colors look different because it's an older blend and it's worn out a little bit more. So the color's a little bit lighter, or it's a brand new one and the color's a little bit darker. That's all okay, right? Okay, then, oh, I think I used this other end. Okay, then we're just going to follow the vein line, and then I'm just kind of drawing an outline on one of the side edges. And trust me, it's easier if you turn it as you go. And here I'm going to go back over onto the fat side. I love this color combo too. Okay, now I'm going to use the light Petunia Pop, and I'm just going to color my whole flower. See, I'm getting you guys to get your designer papers out, show both sides of it. It's so cool. Okay, so I colored the whole thing with that. Then we're going to pull in the dark Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to use the finer point, and I'm going to color the center. But then again, I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of an outline. Love it. Okay, now this can go on the inside. My computer keeps going blank on me here, sorry. Okay, so then, you know what, I think, yeah, I did. Of course, this one is 4 by 5 1/4. That's the inside of our card. Hi, Pam, thanks for watching. Okay, and then again, we're gonna center it in that center section. Look at how pretty that is. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to pull in the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink gems. Yep. Okay. Now let's pull. I've got some leftovers from everything. Okay, I'm going to go with this. This comes in 3 different shades. It's got a darker pink. It's got a medium pink. So this is Strawberry Slush. This is Pretty in Pink. And then this one is kind of a clear with gold in it. Okay, so I'm going to go with the medium, the Pretty in Pink, and we're just going to add 1 right there. And then I'm going to grab 1, and I'm wondering this time, no, I think we'll stick with, you know what, we're going to go with the gold this time and see how well, yeah, that's going to pull in some of our Pecan Pie. Okay, there. Look at how fun that is. Just kind of blends a little bit, but so pretty, right? Okay. Melinda's sneaking a peek. Okay, good, Melinda. I'm glad you're sneaking a peek. Okay, so again, this is the 2-tone paper. This is the darker side of Berry Burst. Then this is the lighter side. So again, I used the light Petunia Pop, and then on this one I used the light Blackberry Bliss. Here, some of this went a little bit dark, and what you can do on that is use the color lifter. Have you guys used this? Use the color lifter, and then you kind of come in here, and it doesn't look like it does anything, but very slowly it kind of lightens where some of the ink is. Can you see how that's changing a little bit? so that you can get a little more contrast to that. So color lifter doesn't mean it will completely take the color off. If you get an extra spot someplace, it won't take that, but it will pull the color a little bit so that you can get a little bit lighter spots. So, and this one then is exactly the same on the inside. Isn't that fun? How different they look, and it's the same piece of cardstock. It's the two-tone cardstock, okay? So that's it. We're kind of speedy tonight, right? That's it for this week. Next week, I'll be able to show you some. I won't show you all of, but I'll show you some of the summer splash projects that we're doing this weekend. And it'll be the 21st. So who knows? Maybe it'll be Christmas in July next Monday, since it's kind of Christmas week, you know, the 25th, which is actually a Friday. So maybe that's what we'll do for next week. Maybe some more two-tone cardstock even, as we start playing with some of that. Okay, I think that's everything. Let me know if you have any questions. And you guys have a fabulous week. I will see you next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.